Hello guys, welcome back. Loki's in a really bad mood today, and it's not at me. I always do research. I do probably, well, I've done research all my life. And the problem is I was trained in research, and I was trained to find logical fallacies. So if you tell me this is the way it is in this article, and 2 articles later you completely change your mind because that's no longer serving you, making you look like special sparkly princess, I tend to get pissed off. I'm the angry researcher. It's why I also study journalism, because I'm like, this is some bullshit right here. And Loki was getting furious because the reason I don't like, and I would not fill in the blanks, a lot of particular groups of people is they are specially sparkle princess and only they can do this specially sparkle princess sort of thing. And you need not apply, but all the gods talk to them like constantly, and it's like, that sounds like some bullshit right there. And they don't like other people like witches or magic, and the gods said so because the gods told them so. I'm like, that is total bullshit right there. So it was really interesting, and I could feel Loki getting more and more pissed off. As you know, Loki is often with witches, and he's like, what is this horse shit? And he says, the person was claiming to speak for this god, and he's like, he got fucking stupid. He doesn't talk that dumb. Does he ever talk that dumb to you? Not really. Um, and the way the god was coming through, no, the gods interact with all of us differently. They do, and I usually have contrary experiences. But it's like, what fucking happened to him? Where's his, And I'm like, I don't know. That's how he's coming through. And he's like, this is some horse shit right here. This is creative writing, only it's not creative. So he's really pissed off right now. Not only because he sees it as damaging, we have so few worshippers of the gods now that those of us that are open, we're usually getting fucking overrun by gods. But also because, and again, I don't speak for Loki, I'm just telling you my experience. We're bopping along, trying to make good relations with all the gods that want to work with me, and some asshole on Pinterest must not like me because all this Christian stuff is coming up about throw away your gods and stuff. And I'm looking at Loki, I'm like, okay, dude, this isn't funny. It's like, it's not fucking me. And more of this stuff is coming up, and we're looking at each other like, to live in hell. And I even went around to all the gods, I'm like praying, I'm like, did I piss somebody off? It's kind of coming across not in a good way for all the Christians. I have nothing against Christianity, but it's kind of like, hey, having problems with your gods, huh? Come here. And it's like, it's this really kind of scuzzy energy of, well, if you're having trouble getting along with these gods, why don't you just go back to Christianity? And I'm like, the hell, dude? And we were looking at each other, because this has happened before. Anytime I'm having trouble with my gods, all this Christian stuff starts to just pop out of nowhere. Or atheistic stuff pops out of nowhere on my Pinterest without fail. And I'm like, either he's really a douche because he never talked to me the whole time I was in the church. I'm sorry, don't mean to insult your God. Or it's just, it feels like a testing period, maybe. It's like, okay, because it would be a lot easier for you to go back to one god and just ignore all the horseshit you had to put up with growing up. Or you can try to work with all these gods and fucking ignore everybody else, because it seems like a lot of people have to be the only one to talk to certain gods, and they're the mouthpiece of the gods. And I've always told you guys, there's a good chance I'm just fucking insane and I don't know any gods at all. You always have to take, any religious experience with a grain of salt. Sorry I'm swearing so much, but, when Loki's really hit up, I get hit up too. And it's one of those things that he's been really pissed off and agitated lately. They all have felt that way, and at first I thought it was reading the storm energy coming in. But he's really pissed off. He's like, these people are weaker than you. Why are you going to take advice from them? And I just looked at him like, well, no. Somebody said in the comments, it's very true. Loki's one half biker, one half mob boss. It's like, you don't screw with him, you don't screw with his people, you don't disrespect the gods in his presence. He doesn't care what god it is. He can fucking hate that god, and he has a few he doesn't like sometimes with me, but it's only because he's like, yeah, if he's a god, how come he lets people in his... And I'm like, jeez, I don't know, I'm not a god. He doesn't like any god attached to a religion that would put down any group of people or exclude any group of people. Not that he's going to put up with it if you're like, you know, going out and killing people on a murder spree, but at the same time, if you have a religion and you're a god and you can't come down and say, hey, knock this shit off, that's not what I'm saying, he gets kind of pissed off about it, because we have active living gods that interact with their people. We don't have a god that never talks to people, and everybody has to go find a priest to talk to them. That's the difference. And we have to sometimes build up to being able to get it, and sometimes, you know, they're trying to send you a message and you're getting the best guess your brain can supply in words, but we still get communication, and that's the point. And he was beyond pissed, because he likes to take stuff personally. He does. He was really pissed because he took it as a personal insult, and I'm looking at him like, we're in a really bad mood. So I may take him shopping later, I may not, I don't know, but he's super agitated today. He's like, this is angry day for him. And it had nothing to do with the other gods getting settled in or getting attention, because I'm like, you alright? Can I make you something? Are you okay? What's the matter? He's just angry. He a lot of stuff makes him angry. He's Loki. But, you know, he is really sweet to work with. But he gets upset, and I get upset. We get angry together. We have an angry day. Today might be angry day. I don't know. But yeah, he's been agitated lately, and I don't think it's anything other than the kinds of people I'm running across as I'm doing research. He has, you know, very low tolerance for bullshit. So I am sorry to have cussed so much, but when he's ramped up, I'm ramped up, and we're both really irritated, feel like fighting with the world today. I think you can kind of tell, but, you know, he doesn't like people that run around and do destructive shit. Especially, you know, especially those that do it in his name, but those that do it in any god's name, and they're like, I'm pretty princess, only I can speak to the gods. Oh, that fucking pisses him off, man. Anybody can speak to the gods. You may come across a god that wants nothing to do with you, and that's life, but you can't say, only I can speak to the gods, or I don't approve of your religion. That's, you know, horseshit. He doesn't approve of gods not coming down and rectifying stuff. You know, like coming down to their people personally and saying, hey, what they're teaching you is wrong, but other than that, he's cool. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.